You got your top 5 artists that you got your eyes on in St. Louis right now, you be like, okay, I see them. You know what I'm saying? Like they really putting St. Louis up there. It can't be Sexyy Red though. Like, you gotta be some local people around. Yeah.
Low key artists. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Sexyy Red blew up, I feel like the music scene kind of died down. Like it really did though. Like I don't know if it's because.
What it do, y'all? Y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy Memphis Kiwi. You can follow me on Instagram at memphis.kiwi. You can follow the brand page at kiwivisuals.tv. As y'all see, we downtown St. Louis. We ain't in Memphis. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. I ain't gonna talk too much.
My name's Miss Fucking Boomin. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss Fucking Boomin without the U, and I'm a talent manager from St. Louis.
Yeah. So how you come up with the name, Miss Boomin? Like, let's talk about that. Like, how that name come about? Cause it's a dope ass name, though. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie. How you come up with it?
Actually, it was given to me. In high school, everybody used to send me their songs, and I send it back telling them, like, don't drop this, send it back to your engineer, fix this, fix that. And it was the same year that What a Time to Be Alive was dropped with Metro Boomin and Drake and Future, and people at school started calling me Lissa Boomin. And then it came to a point like 2022 where I felt like I was too grown to be called Lissa Boomin, so I became Miss Boomin. But somebody took the username, so I just threw fucking in there.
So you always been a part of like the music thing. Like, why did people come to you specifically for the music? Like, what made them choose you?
When it comes to the music, why did they choose me? I got my shit together. I feel like I'm good at organizing things, but I also don't play by myself. When people see that you don't play about yourself, they know that you're not gonna play about them. I feel like that's really what it is. And then, shit, they see what's going on with my other artists. They want a piece of it, or they want to see how, not even a piece of it, but they want to see how we can get them in a similar situation to their liking.
Yeah. So let's go a little bit back into your past life. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was it coming up for you? Like, how was it coming up for you in St. Louis? Like, what was you into as a young lady? You know what I'm saying? Like 2-parent household, brothers and sisters, anything like that?
So I'm actually military brat. So I was born in Missouri, lived in Germany, Seattle, Texas, Puerto Rico, here. I've been here the longest, so I claim St. Louis. But my time in St. Louis has been split up between the east side and over here, which is crazy. East side is basically anything just east of this river. So like it's East St. Louis, Fairview Heights, Belleville, Madison, Granite City, everywhere. I was living in Fairview Heights though.
This is like a rough area now.
I mean, parts of it could be rough. I don't think Fairview Heights is that rough. I don't think Belleville is that rough. They starting to do more stuff out there now, but I wouldn't consider it rough. Like East St. Louis, Granite City, Madison, they could be rough, but the other 3 I mentioned, no, not for real.
Yeah, for sure. So with you being in a city like St. Louis, we're gonna tap back into the side of you dealing with different artists and things like that. Do you find it a challenge doing it in a city like St. Louis? Like, what was your first artist that you ever worked with, and like, what motivated you to keep going?
My first artist I ever worked with was actually, she was a Boomin also. Her name was Coco Boomin. I was an entrepreneur earlier in life, and shit, I had friends that did music also, and so I would send them different pages. It's some guy talking. What happened?
Yeah, my bad about that, y'all. We had a delay. So we're going to start off on the part that I finished. So how did you start managing an artist, and what is the challenge that you face? What was your first artist that you managed, and what's some challenges that you face just being in a city like St. Louis? It's really not it's a major city, but at the same time it's not.
Right.
So what challenge do you face?
Okay, what challenges do I face with artists? I say it all the time on my Instagram, and honestly, I feel like the biggest challenge with artists is they think that when you get a manager, the manager is supposed to do everything for you. Like, all of a sudden, they don't got to do any work anymore. Like, a lot of people here, I feel like, want a manager to make them famous, but they don't want to work themselves. And I feel like a lot of them don't want to work for themselves because they don't really believe in themselves. So that's the biggest challenge when it comes to artists in St. Louis specifically. Is like, it's not even a systematic thing. It's like a self thing with the artists themselves, you know? Because Literally. They just got to make the content, put it out there, but it's almost like they're so pensive about making the content, I mean.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of it. It's just really putting themselves out there.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because I always tell artists this. Like, even when you come on my shit, bro, like, well, I don't call it shit, my platform. Even when you come on my platform, you feel me? Like, you got to invest into yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to invest into you more than you invest into you. This is what you would imagine. It don't make sense, bro. Yeah, so sometimes, like, do you have to tell artists, like, bro, you got to do this? Or sometimes people just come knowing, or you got to set that straight?
So, I prefer the artists that come already knowing what they got to do. That kind of, I don't really work with artists, like, from the ground up. In special cases, yeah, but, like, if you don't already have something that's working for you, I don't really know how I can add to that. But also not even not knowing about how I can add to it is more so, like, if you're not willing to go hard for yourself, why would I go hard for you too? Because if I go hard for you and you fall through with everybody I connect you with, who does that fall back on? That falls back on Miss Boomin. And then now it's other people are going to be like, oh, well, I can't really trust artists that'll listen sense to such and such, whether it's a label or just another manager or a studio, anything. Anybody that wants to collab. If you fall through, they're not going to listen to the other artists that I bring up to them. It's like a reputation thing.
Yeah, so what's some artists that you manage now? Like, now your artists now, how do you feel about them? Because I know one young man, you said he from Birmingham, but he moved down. Well, we ain't gonna say, you know what I'm saying, but you do what I'm saying?
Everybody knows.
Okay, so he down there in Memphis now.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you develop their relationship with him, and like how did they come about?
So I used to work as an intern for this up and coming like independent label a couple years ago with a friend of mine. They had his best friend ATGJD under contract, and I was just in the studio and I had heard CEO rap. And I asked, I was like, what does he have going on? He didn't have shit going on. He had 16 songs ready, so I just worked with him. We put it together and we put it out. And then ever since then, shit, I've just been coming through for him, helping him, showing him different things. And I feel like management is more than just music too, so I'm helping him.
Sometimes you gotta babysit people. Not him, but I'm just saying, like, in Pacific.
Yeah. But I feel like that's a part of management. Like, if you're not going to be involved in every aspect of the artist's life, like, you're not really managing. Like, well, I can't say that even. But I can, though. No, I do mean that, though. Like, you really got to, you got to know everything about your artist, because you might not know. He might be fucking up on the business end, but shit at home is fucked up. So how can I focus on business if my home life is fucked up?
So you only manage one artist? I ain't trying to get you on.
Nah, I manage one artist officially, and then I am working with another artist. I don't really want to say his name yet because I want him to build his own name instead of just like Miss Boomin. Oh, let's go, you know? But depending how this goes, that might be an official other artist I work with.
Yeah, so how do you do this full time? Or like how did you come about doing this? Like, do this something you got to go to school for, or you just got to get in the streets with it, or like what do you got to do?
Quite literally, yeah. I wouldn't say you have to go to school. I did always dream of going to NYU for music business and stuff. I ended up going to SLU for nothing related to music at the fuck all. But school didn't work out. I ended up in music somehow. So I wouldn't say you need a degree or anything. You need a sharp mind. You need to be able to see like all possible outcomes. You need to just be in tune with yourself, honestly, and God too. Because you're going to get the answers. If you're meant for it, it's going to come to you. You know, like I don't feel like you need any prerequisites.
So you didn't never dream of this, or you never? No, you good though. You never dreamed of this, or you never?
Management?
Yeah, like no. You never. So this is something. How did you get your first? Talk about that. How did you get your first offer to do this?
Okay, so my first offer ever with managing was with Coco Boomin. Like I said another Boomin. I noticed her music. I was an entrepreneur at the time. I was noticing her music, and I was sending it to other friends of mine that were in music. And I was telling them, you know, you need to manage her. Like, I get this feeling in my gut or in my chest. Like, when I hear a song and I can hear, like, I'm going to just call it your soul. If I can hear your soul in the song, you got something. Like, if you can actually put your soul in your music, it can go somewhere. And I was hearing it, and so I sent it to a friend, and I was like, okay, y'all, I'm going to put you in a three-way call, get such and such to manage you. And instead they both flipped the script on me and were like, no, we want you to manage her. And I was like, oh. I literally told them, I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And they're like, you figure everything else out. And I'm like, you right. Okay, fuck it. I was like, yeah, we could do it. And I ended up working with her for about 2 years. And yeah, really just like, if you got good problem solving skills, you could be a manager, I feel like. It's all very simple. I feel like people just let their emotions get in the way of it.
Do you help them market their content? You be like, drop this at that time, drop that at that time, or like, do you kind of got to understand the algorithms of the internet and all that? Like, do they come apart in managing?
I tried to understand that shit for so long. I tried to understand the algorithm for so long. And it's almost like when you try to hack the algorithm, it's inauthentic. So now you're not really getting the engagement that you really want. It got to a point where I just started letting my artists post whenever they want to, and it does way better that way, honestly. Now there's little things about the algorithm, like post during the day, not always at night, or, you know, like posting during the week is sometimes better than posting on the weekend because everybody's in a routine during the week. Exactly. But I wouldn't say I've studied the algorithm for real.
Do you think you ever move from St. Louis? Like, do you ever think about what would you move to? Like, what's the city that you feel like for you?
New Orleans. I'm so serious.
Don't nobody say that.
I know. I don't know what it is, but whatever my next step in life is, I feel like it's in New Orleans. I went for my birthday by myself last year. It's like I was getting called there for hellas. I went. Everything was so cheap. It worked out so perfectly. I met an artist and a manager out there on my first day. Spent the whole day in the city with them. I go down there. I come back, end up getting flight credits to basically go back. That's how I look at it. And then I went back again, and I meet more people. Like, I met drummers for bands. I met, like, the Neville Brothers, all by chance. I'm like, you know? So I'm like, okay, who else will I meet down here? It's a touristy area. There's the music scene down there. Like, it's warm. I don't have to. I mean, I probably got to worry about the same things in New Orleans that I got to worry about here, but it's not so personal to me yet to where I don't need to be. You know? Yeah, and it's a vibe. The food is good everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Literally. And then it's like, people down south, I've been noticing, they understand music more than they do up here. And I kind of think that's because we're landlocked, but they just have more interaction with, I mean, yeah, we got a river, but like, what other cities are in decent travel distance? You got to drive 4.5 hours to get to Chicago, to Memphis, to Kansas City, to Louisville, like to Indianapolis. You really just secluded by yourself. So yeah, I feel like it's harder for artists to break out that way too, honestly.
Yeah, cause I was telling you before we get on camera, like my favorite place. Eventually, I want to take my platform to the West Coast. Like I love Vegas. Like I don't know what it is. Like I love Vegas, and maybe because like I'm a music person, but at the same time I'm more so like of.
Music. Y'all's accent gets
music. For sure. Have you ever met up with any big time artists that like they gave you some advice, or have you ever had the chance to manage some big artists before they blew?
I wouldn't say any major artists. I feel like CEO's definitely been blowing up since we started working. I'd say he's probably the biggest. Have I met any celebrities? I saw him picture Rob 49. Yeah, I met Rob 49. He was cool. He was asking me if St. Louis fucks with him. I was like, if Sexyy fuck with you, St. Louis fuck with you. Him. Who else did I meet? I used to go to school with Ryan Trey, Comethazine. So, like, they're like huge now, but you didn't really know them when they were big. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. For sure. People just tell me keep doing my shit. They don't really have much advice.
Yeah. So, with everything that you got planned and going on right now, what do you feel like you want to manage forever, or do you want to get into like the record label business, run your record label and things like that? But I got another question too. But I ain't gonna hit you with too many questions. Just talk about that. Like, what's your next step outside of managing? Like, what's something you working on right now? If you mind sharing, or you don't have to.
So next steps, I do want to help like artists kind of get a feel for what working in the industry looks like, as far as like development and just setting up their business. A record label would be cool. I feel like my immediate next step is I want to get into engineering. It's so hard to find a good engineer, and that's originally what I wanted to do. That kind of led me into all this. But I'm still gonna manage. If I'm not managing other artists, I'm for sure managing my current artist still to like the end of the career. Like, who would even come after me? That's how I feel. Like,
Yeah. Who your top 3 artists that you got your eye, top 5 artists that you got your eyes on in St. Louis right now? You be like, okay, I see them. You know what I'm saying? Like they really putting St. Louis up there. It can't be Sexyy Red though. Like you gotta be some local people around. Yeah.
Low key artists. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Sexyy Red blew up, I feel like the music scene kind of died down. Like it really did though. Like I don't know if it's because like, you know, she took the spotlight from the city, or because like artists felt like somebody already made it, so they didn't need to do too much anymore. But the ones that's still going that I like listen to is I do fuck with Raysta. Raysta. I think I sent you his. Yeah. Damn, top 3.
I like that Star Girl.
I like Star too, but I was gonna name my top 3, but they would all be from the East Side. So now I gotta St. Louis go get mad. Okay, I'm gonna give you top 4. So first one is like Raysta. He from St. Louis, but the other 3 are from the East Side. It would be Loopy. He's R&B. I fuck with him. I'm not sure if I sent you his page. Star. She gave me like that old school rap feel, like the. You gotta feel it. You know what I'm talking about? Like when she just hops on the beat, it's like, oh, okay. And then KTF Cutter, he just started dropping. He just came home not too long ago, started dropping. I like his sound too. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you collab with any other managers in this, or not? Like, is really no other managers out? And when I say man, I'm talking about like real deal managers. Like they doing it. They for real. They manage. They do this shit for real. Not your cousin or something like that. I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who really manage.
Right. I wouldn't say I've like. What do you mean collab?
No, I said manage. Like, do you know any other managers?
I thought you said like collab with managers.
No. I was saying like, do you know any other managers that doing the same thing that you'd be like, okay, they doing their thing. Like, you want to give a shout out to?
In St. Louis, Tez works with Raysta. He's been doing his thing. I fuck with him. From St. Louis, I don't really know too many managers in St. Louis that don't just like do it for a season. Montana Records is cool. He was doing his thing, getting he was bringing artists together for a minute. That was nice to see. Like artists you wouldn't think would come in a room together. That was nice. I think that.
Okay. Now you good. So before we get out of here, now you good. So before we get out of here, how does one get in contact with you to manage? Do you not manage everybody? Like some people, like do they gotta have a certain energy, a certain image, or talk about that?
So you gotta have a certain energy, and I don't know how to explain it. I really make all my decisions based off intuition. I don't take every artist. So if you begging me to manage you, probably not gonna happen. I'll say all the 3 ways that I ended up with the 3 artists that I've worked with was always through somebody else, actually. But mostly I just try to like scope it out and see what I can offer that another manager can't. Like what makes me valuable? What makes me like, I want to say priceless, but I feel like there's another word. Like you wouldn't want to fuck up our bond and work with another manager. And if I could find something that I can contribute that would help them specifically that I know nobody else can, okay.
What do you see most managers mess up at? Like, in your opinion though, like this is your perspective. Like, what do you feel like most managers?
They get too caught up in the hype. You see somebody else has motion, now you want to get a part of it, but you don't even realize that's a goofy. Yeah, you just fucked up what you got going on because you just associated yourself with them. I know some people don't look at shit that deep, but I do. Like, if I notice, like, you an artist, you want to get next to my artist, but it's really just to, you know, get some clout and you don't have anything to offer. Like, I'm not, I'm going to be like, you peep that? And most of the times my artist peeps what's going on, but I don't like that. So then that ends up making you look, like just make you look bad. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So before we're ready to get out of here, man, tell them where they can find you at on Instagram. You got a YouTube, Facebook, any of that. Like, tell where they can find you at on your social sites if they just want to check you out and see what you be having going on.
Okay. You can check me out on all social platforms under Miss Fucking Boomin, spelled exactly how it sounds, MISSFCKINGBOOMIN. Facebook, Alyssa Boomin. Yeah, come find me.
I bet, man.